We are rolling. Gigi, this is the second most important podcast. I tell you,
Thanks, Fernando. You're
100%.
too kind.
No.
Absolutely too kind.
If there is one person that had to come to the podcast, it was you. Because at the end of the day, when I do, I don't know, people ask me about my career, what I did and so on. I don't even start from the university. That part is forgotten. I started when I went to Atlas Concord in 2013.
Wow, I remember you as a very handsome guy, but it's a question sometimes of gut feeling. Really, what really drive my choice in business, in life, is the gut feeling. And your case was emblematic. Let's say, I saw a guy coming, very tall guy, with a very nice aspect and image and so on, but with the fear in the eyes. I saw really the fear in the eyes, because I think it was not your first job interview at that time. It was you did already, and you missed already a few jobs interview, and I was there with an iPad, taking note about your characteristic and so on, and you paid attention to every detail as well, because you were feared. Is it?
I remember exactly what you wrote, the first thing, which was non parla bene italiano, doesn't speak good Italian, and I'm like, okay, this interview is going to go well.
Okay, I'm fucked.
So this interview is in the toilet. Let's relax. So we had a conversation, and it was okay. No, it was a very critical time
for your life, yeah.
Because I had made this crazy move to go to Italy, and things. I mean, to be honest, anyone looking for a job takes a few months.
Yes.
But then I was under the clock. I had very little money, and I had a lot of doubts of, did I make a stupid choice in my life? So anyway,
you were in love. You found a nice Italian woman. You were totally in love with her, and you were sure that you were able to put everything in your power to conquer a job and so on. And that's what I saw. I saw passion. I saw desperation in a moment, but I saw passion in the eyes and in the will. And then. This is what is driving my choices even every day.
But not only. I don't think it was only for me. This is something that you do all the time.
Yes, it's something that I inherited probably by my grandfather. That was my first mentor in life. I remember driving long roads with my grandfather back in the 80s. And he used to have an old Mercedes-Benz and teaching me life. Looking very far away. And I was there really listening to him, and these things are imprinted in my soul, and I try to transfer, to use this heritage on my everyday life.
So a lot of things happened since that time. So for people that might not know you, because you're going to become famous after this podcast, Gigi, even more than you are. So Luigi Corbelli now is the CEO of Infinity Surfaces. But when my back is blocked from yesterday. So, but when we met, I was looking for a job, and he was the director of sales director overseas. Let's say Far East, Middle East, Africa, most of Africa, or all Africa.
Yes,
all Africa,
Mediterranean countries,
and the Mediterranean countries, Oceania. So you had the let's say pretty much half of the world for Atlas Concord, which is a very small company from Fiorano.
No, it's a big company. It's a big company with a good heritage as well. You must be lucky. Because luck is part of the game.
Yes.
If you are not lucky, you have to struggle more. And the company, the environment was there. It's a company where there are firm values that I share, and by the way, they leave you. If you are inspired, they leave you. Let's say, riding your dreams, riding the horse of your dreams. And this is another thing that has been. I think you can share this.
Yes.
This thought.
Look, the thing about life is that when as time passes, you realize, you evaluate things from the past. So things that probably you didn't give value to, or you thought they were nonsense, then you realize they were so right. You told me one time, Fernando, the only problem with you and Atlas Concord is you arrive here too early. You are too young. You should have come here. And I didn't realize at the time, but now, in hindsight, let's say it was a super good experience. And I was very lucky because I was in a company that has the size, the structure, the foundations to become something very big. But it was still, let's say, still in a sort of a startup phase.
In Asia for sure.
In Asia and Middle East for sure. Now you see, let's say,
The
what they
power
do
of
in
this
Dubai.
company.
They go 15
Yes.
people to Dubai the same week.
Yes.
Even
too much sometimes.
Even a little bit too much, yes. But let's say they are well more. If I was, let's say, 15 years younger and I had gotten to Atlas Concord now, it would have been a totally different experience.
Yes.
So I was very lucky, as you said. You need to be there, and you need to have a crazy person that has a very weird way to evaluate things. Because like Mauricio used to say to me, and again, at the beginning I was very insecure because my situation was, let's say, I had done a big bet against the dogma.
Yeah.
So I was very insecure about everything. And Mauro used to tell me, you know, if it wasn't for Luigi, you wouldn't be here. And I took it like the wrong way at the time, but now I understand what he said, because not everyone has dares to hire people that are not in line with the with
Fernando, don't forget that you were engineering a small part of an Airbus. You know, you have nothing to do with what we are doing, you know, now. So
luckily.
Exactly. But,
luckily. No, but let's say, and this is something I want to compliment you, because now, for example,
no time for compliment.
No, it's okay. We are old enough to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I meet a lot of people that, let's say, big bosses of big industries, and for example, furniture people.
Yes.
The big bosses, they rather hire someone that is medium low level from the same industry.
Yes.
Than someone that is
coming from outside.
A superstar
totally.
from outside.
It's our style. You know, there are many ways. I cannot say this is wrong and that's right. You know.
No, I can say it. So I will say. I think you were right.
I don't know. Because sometimes, you know, different experience bring you creativity, bring you, let's say, humanity. A product is a data. Of course, you must have a right product. Of course, you must have a right infrastructure. But business and, let's say, we are human beings, and the more we can share our let's say experience, and the more we can create at the end. On the other side, we can create things.
Yes.
Our job is just to remove barriers, to create condition. Selling today is create condition.
Yes.
It's not pretending some figures from some people that have money. And this is the wrong way to the wrong approach to do business. So, and with Asian people, and with Asian, let's say, dealer, customer, and so on, this is the most important thing. Create the trust, build up. We remember our old distributor, Paul Ho. You know,
yes.
The sentence I was let's say used to say to him, Paul, we are your factory. We are your factory. You tell us and we do.
Yes.
Because you know the market. Because you are the one that can really be the interpretation of our made in Italy, let's say, design and so on to this market.
Yes.
And this has been a little bit one of the drivers.
But in fact, if I have to say, I was thinking yesterday night under the shower, which is the place in which you think. And I was thinking about the podcast today, and I said, if there is one thing that I think I copy from you to this day, and I think this
the hairstyle, not
the hairstyle. I am being forced, but this is involuntary. Sorry, Gigi, you were better looking with a different hair.
Don't go for the mustache now immediately.
No, I'm a beard type of guy so far. No, if there is one thing I copy you is that I go to some clients, no, and especially with loaders, I had to introduce the company to many new people and so on, and they come and they ask, what is your policy for Korea? And I tell them, I don't have a policy. I need to talk to you first. Like I go to a market without a preconceived idea,
exactly.
And I think it's a very good approach, because I have to say I thought life would have been a little bit different at this type of job, but the secret is, you tell me what you need, And then
Nice.
I find out, let's say, what part of it is really important and
Exactly.
how to allow you to do it.
And I try to match with what are my needs
Exactly.
as well. Yes, the dealers, the dealership, they don't provide turnover for you or let's say sales for you. You must work together to reach these goals. Absolutely.
But for you, you said your grandfather, and
Yes.
but
And
let's
then,
say it came from him. This inspiration. Who built Luigi Corbelli salesman?
Probably a couple of people. Probably my grandfather was the first. So thanks to this approach, I at the time I was like 27. I joined a coffee machine company. It was a leader at the time. It was Saeco. An incredible adventure as well. That was.
But they had a cycling team as well.
Yes, the cycling team and so on. And that was another fantastic, let's say, business success case. A bunch of friends that became billionaires by enjoying together with the coffee world worldwide as well, thanks to some patents, some strong products, let's say, some strong product as well. And among this, I was actually, again, I wasn't properly. I have a degree in law. I couldn't be a good advocate, a good lawyer, but I was hired there for the stock exchange quotation. After this process, people like me. They say, "What do you want to do?" I would like to travel. I would like to travel the world. I would like to travel. Would like to go to Asia. And they give me the opportunity. And that's where I met another mentor, Dr. Mario Muttoni, who I presented myself. Who are you? He said, who are you? I presented myself because I was coming from another department, so he didn't hire me.
Yes.
I was sent there, and at the initial stage, he didn't like me because
no one likes someone that if you don't choose,
which is imposed, you know.
Yeah, you never, yes.
Which is imposed. But at the end, we really, I'm still in super contact. We are still, now Mario is just turned 80.
Yes.
And he's still super active. He's still a super, let's say, businessman and, let's say, a superman. Always smiling, always proactive, always looking for new adventures and opportunity. And we are still together, let's say, in the journey, like me and you.
Yes,
we don't work together for the last 10 years, 7 years now. But we are
8 years.
8 years, but we share our journey.
Yes.
And that was the other mentor. So this plus this and myself, let's say, we create, let's say, not a business model, but an attitude that I try to transfer to my young team now. Mm-hmm. And I didn't change the approach. So I'm not hiring people from my competition. I'm not hiring. I'm just looking in the eyes of the people, and when I see the goodwill, when I see that people that can be trustable, and the good side, the good heart, really gut feeling.
And a little bit of hunger as well, a little bit of desperation.
Hungry, yes, of course. If we started this Infinity, the engineering surface, just on January 1st, 2018, and we had COVID. So we still are a startup with 6 years on operation. We are reaching this year a very good turnover, and we are targeting in a few years to reach the milestone of the 100 million euro. I hopefully in 4 or 5 years we'll be there. Hopefully,
4 or 5 years would mean doing it in 10 years.
In 10 years, 10, 12 years of activity, we target this figure. I don't know what will happen in the world. I cannot. So if my president listened to this podcast, I didn't sign with the blood. This is a wish. This is a wish. It's a wish for my retirement. And
I don't believe in your retirement.
No,
anyway.
but anyway, my body is hurting me. Too many trips, and. I was secure of this part of the world. I didn't have any big experience on European markets and on US markets, so I had to concentrate myself not only on the product, because nowadays from just sales management, I am responsible, even together with the staff, of course, with some magic people in my company, even for the product development. So marketing, let's say, the marketing, the communication, and the marketing. There is Gabriele, that is really the big pillar of this company. And we are fantastic partner, one to the other. We are very different, but we compensate and we laugh too much together. So what I was saying is that this part of Asia was very critical for me. So I knew where to go immediately, and this is still 20% of the business of Infinity, which is not natural, because should be 10%.
Let's say, I've been looking at companies since I left Atlas Concorde, and I started actually noticing what real world is, because I was very, 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 let's say, used to at a level of success that is not for everyone. Normal companies, they don't think they can achieve 20% in Asia. But every successful company worldwide, they do 20% in Asia.
Exactly.
I think it's a condition sine qua non.
In Asia, there is money, there is business, there is love for Italian products.
Yes, but it's not everyone recognizes it.
Exactly, no, it's true. It's true. And I was saying, I hired a guy, Fabrizio, that was completely, this from Napoli, out of the business, out of any, but good. I saw him the first time. He had a trick to come to me that it was incredible. He came with an order. He came with a ghost order, because there was nothing.
As a ghost order.
This guy coming out from engineering university in Napoli, and from a situation which was, let's say, a hungriness situation, you know. Was very hungry. He wanted to go and live in Australia. I said, "Are you sure about Australia?" Then when you show Asia, I'm sorry to say, but immediately he's now living in Bangkok. He's following your path.
See.
And this guy had the goodwill. So I saw in his eyes what I saw in yours, and this is my driver.
In fact, but the thing is this, and I think this is your art, Gigi. And I would love to, in 10 years from now, I would love to look back and think whether I was, let's say, able to copy you or not. If you look at the team in Atlas Concorde, let's go back in time, Gran Pietro Sterle, Veronica, Mauro Soli, it's all dysfunctional. They make for like a Netflix comedy series,
Exactly.
It's like The Office.
Exactly.
It's like The Office, but it worked. It worked, and we were very few for a very big area, and let's say it worked because again behind there was this thing. So the Dr. Mutoni, we need to give a little bit to Dr. Mutoni.
Yes.
He imprinted this in you a little bit.
Yes.
What other things Mr. Mutoni did that, let's say?
It was of course the engine. He has a V8 engine inside, of course. So even me, I think. The question is this. Of course, you need to be yourself, not hiding too much. You can have two approaches to the business. This he told to me. One is a defensive approach. What are you doing to me? Where is the trick? Or this is me. I give you all. I give you. And sometimes, if you give it all, sometimes you take some smash.
See, they take advantage of you. Yes.
They take a smash. But at the end of the day, the end of the journey, they know you and they give you their pocket. They know and they give you their trust. They know and they give you. This is the approach I would recommend. And it's what I recommend to some people that sometimes pretend things before conquering them.
Yes.
Give. If you give, especially if you are in a good environment. I have to say that Infinity and the Concord Group is the environment for this. Yes.
You can move it to
if you give, at the end of the day, the result will come. It's mathematics.
Okay, but important question, because then I always say one thing that I say is that salespeople sometimes they think they need to sell only in one direction towards the client. I see the salesman as a salesman in two directions.
Yes.
One is the client, one is
the company in the back. Yes, you're in the middle.
So yes, because I
to get things done.
adopted your philosophy. So spend and expand, expand and expand.
Exactly.
But
they need to understand
how did you manage to make yourself understood with the company?
Exactly. It's maximum respect of every role. And what I'm trying to do even in this team now, we are from 4 people, we are now more than 50 people in the startup.
It's not a startup anymore.
It's not a startup anymore. It's a startup that couldn't fail, let's say, in a way, because they have a certain percentage of failure, the startups, as you know. But that one couldn't fail because there's an investment of more than 100 million behind. So, but if you respect the roles, everyone feels important. Every role is important inside the company, and this is the most important thing. How to proceed, how to communicate things, how, let's say, to respect every role and every decision. And of course, we need to share the goal. Sharing the goal, sharing the view is the most important thing. And they will run. They will run for the company. If you don't respect them, if you overlap them, if you get things in a way with let's say, an attitude that is not of respect, you will always find hurdles, and things will stop. You don't know where, you don't know how.
Yes. And people stop pushing.
Yes.
So let me ask you a little bit about the Infinity venture.
Yes.
Just to give a little bit of context.
Yes.
You have a very comfortable life. I mean, you were starting to be comfortable at the time.
At the time, yes. I was just
2016, 17.
I was just placing ribbons and cutting. You know.
Exactly. The turnover was growing steadily.
Yes.
In some countries, even you were starting to get to results crazy at the time. In Korea,
yes, very strong.
I think Atlas Concord was probably the first company doing really good results in Korea.
Yes.
And I think every market was, let's say, almost at the top.
Yes.
In fact, if you had stayed, your numbers in Atlas Concord, if you think about it, it would have been even bigger than Infinity now. But probably between Middle East and Far East and Oceania.
Yeah, no, for sure. And this was the big challenge. The big challenge. But
So I remember we are on a business trip in Australia.
Yes.
It was, I don't remember exactly. I don't know if it was spring or autumn. And you receive a call from big boss.
We were at the iDesign.
You were at iDesign, yes.
We were at the
Malaysia.
iDesign, at the iDesign in Kota Kinabalu, yes.
And you receive the big call.
The big call from the big boss.
And what happens from there?
The question is, this is a company where more than 3,000 people work, and it's a company that invests a lot. And they know, even though there are 3,000 people, they know every one of you. You know, the president of the company know you and say hello to you, and spend every time he call you, he see you, he meet you for chance, he spend some time to understand how you feel in the company, and this is important. What I have to say is that during these 13 years before, where I used to work for Atlas Concord, the company proposed me a couple of adventures. One was in Russia, but back then it was 2008, so I just joined the company in 2006, and I didn't feel the work in Asia completed, and that was right. I just said, sorry, I don't know about Russian market, I don't know about Russian people. I was scared at that time, and I'm doing a path in Asia. The second time was at the time they opened a big investment in Tennessee, in the US, and I was asked to run the market for a newly born brand. But at that time, I had the family with the young daughters and so on. I say again, no, you cannot say no 2 times to your president. So the president told me, listen, you told me, and the president has a memory that is unbeatable memory. So if you say something today, in 25 years, he will know that moment, that time, and the second you said that to him, and he will recall you. So I said, you told me not that day in Russia. You told me not that day. You cannot tell me. I won't propose you anything. Anything more if you don't say we have to say yes to this opportunity. And I say, okay, boss, yes. And I say, let's go.
So you say let's go, and you accept the challenge, and then
Yes.
you say sadly
It
or
changed my
happily
life.
goodbye to Atlas Concord.
Yeah, it changed my life.
Probably happily.
No, I was in a comfort zone, let's say, and my biggest concern was to leave a good environment, a good business environment, because the worst thing is that you go out and you destroy what you have done in the last years, and this luckily didn't happen. So Atlas Concord is doing even better than what I was doing, and for sure this means that I work well. You cannot be anytime the reason for the business. You have to build the infrastructure for the business and to lead this infrastructure. So of course you are a leader that let's say lead you to somewhere, but the team must grow inside. Willy grow a lot, Massimo grow a lot, and of course some probably were left a little bit in disorientation, and some unfortunately left. But overall, I would say that the business has been secured, has been structured, and they are moving very well.
If you look at what they did, is a little bit like what happened in Apple. There was Steve Jobs that when Steve Jobs left, and I'm comparing it to Steve Jobs, so you can give me money under the table later. And then Tim Cook's arrived, and it's a totally different approach. But the company, actually, the big growth is after.
is after the job. Yes.
So let's say, I think there is probably, and this is one key takeaway for people that want to listen to us, which is the system is very important, but you need to have certain spark and creativity at the beginning, because that's when you build things.
No, and exactly, it's the fil rouge. The fil rouge must be kept, let's say, in a way, which is the style.
Yes.
The style in doing business, the style in doing relationship, and this is very important.
And listen, this is something that we haven't talked about, but I think that from outside, the president, he said, if I want someone to jumpstart a company from zero, Luigi is probably the person capable of imagining things and how to create the foundations.
I hope it has been that thing is what probably they thought.
But my curiosity is about the process. Is okay. Yes, you have that call. Yes, okay. Then you accept the command.
The task, yes, of course.
What happens between we decide we want to have a company until now you are doing almost 50 million.
Of course, there has been as you know, this company is business unit of Mirage. Mm-hmm. Mirage had the inside the, let's say, the hardware of doing a new product. It is the pinnacle probably of the technological development of our industry in Italy. And so Mauro, who is of course a friend of mine, and it was back then like a competitor, but is the GM of Mirage. Of course, shared the idea to the president of having me because he knew me and so on. But even he set up for me an initial team of people that were coming from Mirage and key people. Let's say key 3, 4, 5 key people that could, let's say, in a way allow my entrance to the company, to the big company, to the big thing. So to smooth the barrier inside the company, and let's say people that speak the language of Mirage, because at the end of the day, the technicians that are behind Infinity are technicians that come from Mirage. I think that this has been magically done. Probably the success of Infinity is even the fact that all these people, had to wear a different T-shirt for a while, and it was not easy for them. But it has been done so well. This has been done thanks to Gabriele and Davide especially, and even Roberta on the logistic point of view. All these people Gray, which was now is retired, the responsible for the warehousing, because you imagine from small tiles we went to big slabs with all the complication of moving and producing, manufacturing a big slab. It was a new challenge for everyone because it was a new plant, a new business, and we feel a great responsibility in filling up this plant. 100 million euro investment, can you imagine? And zero turnover, you know, a scratch point. I think this has been the miracle that we filled we immediately, after the 2008, immediately start to move ourselves, go around the world without, you know, the first slab came out in September probably. So for 9 months we were trying to sell promises. We'll be there. Don't worry, we are there, and this is the range. We are fine tuning the range with you. We fine tune the range with the supposed to be dealer. The majority came on board. The majority of them came on board. Some of them refused to come on board at the time, and they are still you know, licking their bones for the problem. Yeah, for the missed opportunity, let's say. And we created really already a family. I have positive feeling. I have a positive feeling about the business. I have like a sense of consciousness that we are doing the right thing.
But in fact,
establishing a brand.
No, it's true. But in fact, let's say, and I'm very curious because even though I've been in the tile world, in the ceramic world, I lost a little bit of, let's say, sensitivity of the whys and the dynamics. Let's say Concord Group, which is, let's say, is a huge machine, an amazing machine, industrially industrially unbeatable.
Is the secret. The secret is the industry behind.
Yes, but and you, let's say the style of Grupo Concord is, we make a bet. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. My analysis. We make a bet. We make an investment once we know all the facts about the market.
Yes.
We study everything and everyone,
and we make the best.
And then
of the plans,
and then when we go, I'm gonna do big moves.
Yes.
So from an industry point of view, I see all of the virtues. From a commercial point of view, you start a little bit disadvantaged though, because you are never the first in the market.
Exactly.
I want to ask you about how do you solve this difficulty, and then at the same time, why am I getting a lot of information of companies in the big format industry suffering, and you on the other side are going up? Why is this happening?
For sure, like you said, the possibility to count on a 10 factory group, so you can count on a very good, let's say, feedback in terms of production costs, let's say, in all these economies that let's say help you to have a very good product. If you look at the range of Infinity, we try to be a generalist. Of course, we try to be decorative, technical, and so on. So we are not only specialized in one kind of product. This thanks to the different souls of the people that work in the company. Mm-hmm. In the big group, at the end of the day, different sensitiveness. We have a lot of data. We can share a lot of data each other, let's say. Mm-hmm. And this help. Data, the information nowadays, as you know, is important. So we know more or less how to keep a plant working in a proper way, let's say, be effective, let's say, in measure, not to show off and then don't deliver. We need to whatever we show off, we deliver. Mm-hmm. And we deliver on time. We try to deliver on time. And this service is a part of the business that sometimes, the show off company don't consider too much.
It's 50% of the business.
Exactly. If you are reliable with the service, of course, maybe you are not the first to come, but if you deliver while the leader is or the first comer cannot, you already won a game.
Yes.
It's like a sinner. Similar.
Yes.
It's not so spectacular as a tennis player, but it's boom, as a hammer. It's a
Yes, yes,
hammer.
yes, yes.
It destroy you. It put the ball exactly in the same position, in the position where you struggle in taking in getting your best smash or right or reverse, let's say.
Yes, and sooner or later, when someone suddenly needs to take a break, you continue. And you
Boom,
continue. You
boom,
continue.
boom, boom.
Yes.
And this is, of course, the choice of the partner is another thing. We are not like snakes. We select the best partner or the second best that would like to become number one. This
It's
is the
better.
other,
This is better. Yes.
which is even much better. A younger, let's say, that want to win. We don't know if we don't go normally to the biggest, to the one that are already the belly full. We try to have similarity even in all the markets, and we don't pretend to know about every market. We need to listen to our dealer, to our partner. And sometimes a small company, but very fully dedicated to you, can do numbers that a big company, which is a little bit too busy with other, let's say, products and brands to promote, cannot
It's
get.
true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Now I have a question for you. It's a little bit personal. Now, do you miss the old days in which you had to be active, very close to the client, or you are also enjoying being, let's say, the inspiration force between a younger team?
Well, let's say I think, of course, sometimes I miss it. That's why I'm in Asia these days. So 1 or 2 trips per year in Asia. Asia cannot be excluded, even because I want to study the market again and again. But of course, there are phases in life. You cannot be forever 21, forever 35, 36. I'm getting 53 years old, and of course the body is need some different rhythm, of course. And but yes, it's a part of life. I'm so thankful to Concord Group for this opportunity. I couldn't, let's say, last my experience just where I was in 2017, even though it was a successful and happy life. Really.
Yes. No, but it's good. I mean, sometimes in life you need to make these changes.
Yes.
And I think it's just a matter of how you look at things. Do you prefer to work with now the trend in the industry, especially
Yes.
if we look at companies? Let's talk outside the group because I don't want to,
Yeah.
let's say, be always putting my finger
No.
in the same
No,
point, in the
yes.
same button. You see companies like, for example, Jesse,
Yes.
which in bathroom furniture or let's say taps are the number one in Italy, undisputed.
Yes. I would probably JC is the one of the few companies that in the taps industry that really succeeded in becoming a strong brand from Italy, because all the others are American or German or Swiss, from Switzerland and so on. JC did it, and they were great in doing this. I just come from Moscow. It was my first experience in Moscow, really, and I have to say that they did a great job in the image, in the brand, in the building of the brand image of this company.
Yes, and they follow a trend that many companies are following, which is enlarging a lot the staff number of people.
Yes.
the head count.
Yes.
They have nowadays. I don't know if you follow them, but I follow them closely. What they do in Asia, they have 2 people in Vietnam only.
Yes, yeah.
They have
I don't know, man. In China, I think
in China
10
they have
people.
few of them. In Korea, in Japan,
yes.
say they are very well scattered. What do you believe? Because you are very Alpine style. I think you believe in small teams that work very well. How do you see this evolution?
Although I have to say that the market is big. The market, the lucky point of our industry, our business, that we just get as Italians a small slice of the cake, the highest one probably, and so we are not, let's say, taking advance on opportunity against other ties, but we try to steal in a way. Forgive my English, to steal, let's say, market share from natural marble, natural stone, natural wood. This is our goal, and the market is big. So it's a law, of course. It has. There's a say that it's a law that if you put more people in the market, you will get more opportunity. The balance in between the number of people and the business that you can get, it's the equilibrium. You know, the balance is the trick, is the good recipe that you have to guess. For me, I always wanted to have a small team because I would like to use the team of my dealers. My dealers need to be, in my opinion, guided by my people. So I would like to have like someone inside my dealer rather than have a property a substitute, because every country has its own culture. Every country has its own traditions, a way of doing business. You know, the moment the moment I go there with my structure, probably I lose the trust of the salespeople that are in the market. Aren't they good enough? What do they miss that I have and they don't? You know. So the question is how to motivate, to support, and to support these salespeople that live on you.
Yes.
You know, they must be convinced that in Italy they have a factory. This is the thing. And you know, one of the biggest key success factors for our company, even in Atlas, let's say with these strong dealers, was that sometimes we got projects, or we made quotation for projects were at a price that our company
didn't want,
or didn't. It was not convenient, simply not convenient. I say, why I have to quote you for a big job?
Exactly. For the long term, for the trust.
Why I have to quote you for a big job and I can sell the same? You know, I occupy my production space, and I can sell the same space for higher money. You know, the secret was do it one time, and every year you will get 2 or 3 opportunity, because you establish in the sales in Hong Kong or in China, anywhere, a sense of this guy back me up.
Yes.
I was there in front of the customer. They are the one in front of the customer. I was there in front of the customer, and I could, without making a phone call, I could tell them straight away, we go, because I have a factor that back me up. And this was the key success factor.
But then, because I know what happens then after that and what you have to do, and you need to also have big balls to then let's say do your part of the job back home.
Exactly. This is the magic part.
Not everyone let's say is ready for the second part of the second episode of the season.
Because money is important, but I think success is much more important. Look, satisfaction is much more important.
I have one rule. When it comes to, this is going to be a little bit off topic, but it's actually not. With friends, you know, you meet a lot of times, one day for a beer, one day for a coffee, one day for da. And I have one rule. Out of, let's say, as default, if I trust you, if we have a good relationship, I'm never going to keep count on you paid 7, I paid 3, tomorrow I paid 3. Because in my opinion, in the long term, the balance comes by itself.
Exactly. And if I think that you gave me something in your life, I want to offer, because this is the question, you know.
Exactly. So sometimes
thanks for the bottle of champagne you offered for my 50th birthday.
Did you drink it?
Oh, yes, with my father.
Bravo.
I had a terrible year last year with my father, very sick, and finally when he recovered I drank it after 2.5 years. In 2 years, after 2 years, I was 50. It was for December, Christmas Eve.
I didn't know. Bravo. How was the bottle? Good.
Amazing.
How is he doing?
Better. Very strong man.
Bravo. The proof that prosciutto is very good. Very important part of the diet.
Exactly.
No. Very, very good. So no, what you say? Just to complete that thought. Sometimes you need to think in business, not only thinking about the number, the quantification, but the qualification. Saying, okay, what you said. I give you the trust. I'm building the relationship, and the cost of that is that sometimes you need to give a lower price. But you need to follow that intuition, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this is something that, again, I hope that every boss that I have and I will have in life allows me to go with, because it's very important for the future. Now, I have we still have a few minutes, but there is one big question that I want to ask you. That sometimes I don't even understand how it can be. Now, tiles, as much as Italians have managed to create an amazing narrative and storytelling and set of services around, it's a very simple product. Let's say it's a commodity for some people.
The miracle was to transform what is a commodity into a fashion product. Almost close to a fashion.
Exactly. But how? Let's say, why are other countries with less production costs not able to get to Italians? Why is Italy relevant in the ceramic industry now?
I believe it's, of course, we are still leading, by the way, the technological development. So you don't find strong Japanese tile manufacturer. You don't find strong American or strong German manufacturer. So all the new development in the industry is coming from Italy. And this is an exception because you find German cars, Japanese cars, American computers, and German technology and so on, with the Bosch and so on, big companies. In tiles, we are still leaders.
Yes.
And this is the major key success factor. Even Spain is strong in ingredients and so on. And then, of course, it's our Italianity. It's difficult to say. We are a people. We are not a nation really. We are a people of prime ministers, of trainers. So we immediately get birthed with taste. Having taste is not an easy thing, We are very different in characters. We are very unique, and whenever we go for work in the morning, we take a walk. We are inspired by small things, decorations, or the way some building has been done, the way in ages in the history. So this is something that came out as an imprinting. So we get birth like this. I like it or I don't like it. So if you on average are able to drive your company and your catalog and your, let's say, offer to the market with something you like and you believe people will like, this is the essence of Made in Italy at the end of the day.
Look, again, I take my hat off because I remember I asked this question back in time when I was in Atlas Concord to Massimiliano Gualtieri from the in one of those times in which we were not fighting. Hello Massimiliano. I miss you. No. I meet all the peace with him before leaving Atlas. And he told me, Fernando, even people from Harvard came to Sassuolo to try to understand why this commodity industry is still going above, because
the average price you can get from our product.
What is the average price in Italy right now? More, let's say.
Around 16 euro, I think.
So 16 euro.
Yes,
in Spain,
in normal ties.
In Spain is 9?
9, probably, yeah.
It's almost double regarding to Spain, which is, let's say, a developed country.
Yeah, we have our higher production cost, by the way. So in our country, the energy, the roads, you can imagine we have the mountains. So
but the client doesn't care.
Exactly. We are still there.
You need to be able to justify 2 times the average price, which is something amazing. And I stopped doubting, and I started trying to get lessons from it. And every time you think, okay, now the industry is gonna go down, then something else happens. And now we are in the age of super big format.
Yes.
Where do you think now, of course,
or smaller one,
or the super small? Yes. Now, where do you think the industry is going to move in the next 5-10 years? Where do you see the trends?
There is a big uncertainty in the market. For sure, the large size is still will be a trend for because it's like a sartorial tailoring. It's like a tailoring product that need the help of a designer, that need the help of a marble fabricator to, let's say, give its best in an interior design project. And this is for sure a trend, a big trend. There are now increasing companies that are moving towards it, and together with it, I think the thickness. So slim. We are going all slim.
Going back slim.
We are back to slim. We weren't prepared probably 20 years ago. Laminam, as you know, Laminam was one of the companies that believe on it strongly, firmly, thanks to another visionary man that was amazing in its proposal, because he was the only one. Then just a few follow him, Neolith and so on. In Alco, but nowadays I think there will be a new rebirth of the slim slabs, even because of course the environment is important. When you do a slimmer product, of course you have less cost for the transportation. Of course the product is more delicate, so you will have a percentage of casualties in breakages that will be much higher. And the weight of the slab, even for the workers, need to be reduced from time to time. So there's a practical logistic advantage. And even if you manufacture slimmer product, of course, the energy that you need per square meter is important to be reduced.
Well, how think you're gonna go? 6 or even less?
No, 6. We are already there for a long time. Laminam was
3.5. No.
Laminam from 3. Now they introduced a 2 millimeter.
No way.
A 2 millimeter, and we have to say hat off as well for them, because they are really putting their heart beyond the obstacle, the hurdles, of course. And so this is I think natural to go there. So the question is the use. We must be, of course, as you know, the more you reduce the thickness, and in an exponential way, let's say you reduce the strength of the product. So the breaking strength is very important, especially when you are not, let's say, limited to domestic use for a bathroom, which doesn't give you a problem. But when you are on a commercial or heavy duty or a mid duty commercial, you need a strong product. So it's a balance again, and then you need the right operators, installers that need how to handle the product. But the product that are, let's say, it's in service, so the glue, the adhesives, the groutings, and the cutting, let's say, tools are evolving like the industry. So we are getting there.
No, it's nice. I would love. I think this conversation is interesting for people of tile people, but also for people from other industries. There is one person that recognizes the potential of the ceramic industry for other, let's say, neighbor sectors such as furniture, lighting, and so on, which is Giuseppe Gaviraghi.
Yes.
He's always saying, Luigi's right. People should pay more attention to guys that have been brought up in tile companies, because you develop a very high sense of selling, because it's a difficult product.
There are 300 people, 300 companies just in Sassuolo.
And the difference are very slim.
Is a lot. There's a lot of competition.
Yes. So let's say it's weird for people to understand that in an area in which you have Ferrari, you have all of the
Maserati, Lamborghini, Pagani, Ducati,
Probably the most talented people are working in tiles.
Yes, exactly. No, I don't know.
No, for sure I tell you. Yes. No, Luigi, what do you think about the podcast?
No, it's amazing.
You like it?
It's amazing.
It's the first time you do?
I do. It's my first time. And,
all right.
I just don't see the time to show it to my family first, because it's the only thing I work for, my family. And my mother as well. My mother and my father. So she understands English, luckily. And yes, it's an amazing, and I would like to compliment with you, Fernando, because you have always been, let's say, not only you are the one that sometimes I ask you what I have to read, what should I read now, what is my next book, and you always have what is my next book, Fernando.
So
now but I tell you what I'm reading, a very heavy brick of a book, but it's the history of Olivetti.
Oh, nice.
You cannot understand that company until you read it, what they did. A company born in Italy, they invented the computer. They invented, Steve Jobs was there to understand about the design in Olivetti.
Yes.
Incredible story.
Despite the Benedetti.
Despite the Benedetti that destroyed everything. My
No,
goodness.
send me the link. I will buy it for Christmas.
Exactly. And
So
Fernando, please, at the end of any further podcast, please suggest a book, because you read too many. You read how many books? You want one book a week or more than one book a week?
Depends.
Depends on the time.
Depends on the time. If I'm on holiday, I read like 3 a week.
3 a week.
If I'm on holidays, if I'm not normally.
Please share with
normally,
everyone.
Let's say average 2-3 per month. But now I'm a little bit stuck because I have a lot of changes in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm reading one, which is, if you want, let's say. So actually, I'm gonna give you 2.
Yeah.
One of them is for holidays, when you have a lot of time, and it's thick and it's complex, but it's very important for people, which is called How Migration Works. Because there is a lot of bullshit going around in the media,
sure.
and it made me change my opinion. It's very empiric. It's like how people think about this issue.
Yes.
Right. How it actually works. The policy. It's a little bit boring because,
but it's
very
technical. Yes.
It's written by a Dutch guy that I don't remember the name. I'll put the link on the description.
Very good.
And I'll send it to you. And then the second one, the fun one, is the autobiography of Dave Grohl, which was the drummer of Nirvana.
Ah, wow.
It was not the original one. It was actually, so Nirvana did the first album, then they changed drummer, and this guy came in. He was like 19 at the time, and he experienced living in a 1-bedroom apartment with Kurt Cobain and doing composing the what is the Smells Like Teen Spirit? Yes, but they all of that album they composed together. Then of course Kurt Cobain passed away.
Yes.
And he founded the Foo Fighters. And Dave Grohl, he writes about how one time he became very good friends with Paul McCartney because he was living in Los Angeles, and Paul McCartney was teaching his daughters how to play piano. And then one time there were the Grammy Awards, and he wanted to do a dinner. He didn't want to go to after party and have to take selfies with people. So he booked a room in a privé in a restaurant, and he invited Paul McCartney to join. And Paul McCartney said, guys, I have some friends from Australia joining. Would you mind if they come? They're the AC/DC. And he was such a big fan of the AC/DC, and he was, let's say, he was a millionaire at the time already because, Nirvana. Imagine the money he gets every day for royalties. But he hadn't met, Angus Jones. And so they came. And then another friend called him. He's like, can we join the dinner? Without knowing that AC/DC was there. And he's like,
you can imagine what happened at that
I don't
dinner.
want to be like the typical fanboy and so on. So this group of friends played in a band, New Orleans jazz band. So they said, okay, let's do something. We arrive not at the beginning of the dinner, half an hour after, and I'm going to start, we're going to arrive 10 people marching and playing music inside the restaurant.
Wow.
And they tell you all of this, and when he played for Obama, for George W. Bush, and very nice. And the guy has a lot of energy. So if you want to have, if you want to have very good energy, Dave Grohl, the autobiography.
Very good.
Yes, 100%.
Thanks for the tip.
No, thanks for coming, Gigi. I appreciate you teaching your friendship.
No,
let's say we have the relationship because let's say beyond work. I always tell people when I said no, Luigi Corbelli, Julie Corbelli, yes. He took me to my wedding. You were driving the car who took me and my mom to my wedding. So no, I'm very thankful for this. I think it was a very nice episode. I enjoyed it a lot.
Grazie.
And let's look. Anytime you come back to Hong Kong, you are always super invited.
Grazie, grazie.
Ciao,
Fernando.
bello.
Ciao, grazie.
And for everyone else, this is published on a Friday, so have a happy weekend. Tune in, follow Luigi and what he does. Buy some good tiles, not some shitty tiles. And be happy. Tune in. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, congratulations.